In the end of the last lecture, we have seen two important questions that are required in order to make number theoretical algorithms useful in cryptography. One is how to compute efficiently exponentiations of the type a at power b. Okay, so we are trying to compute a at power b mod some number n. Obviously, for very large numbers, it doesn't make sense to compute exponentiation without a modulus. The result would be too large to represent and to handle. We want to work always modulo some number, which itself could be big, but not too big. Thousands of digits, it's enough. Let's start with a numerical example. Let a be equal to 7 and b be equal to 5. The first algorithm we are going to see for fast exponentiation is called the right to left algorithm. We are going to represent the exponent 5 as using the binary representation. Which is 1001 in base 2, and we call it the right to left algorithm because you are going to look at this binary representation of the exponent of 5 from right to left. So let's first see the computation we are trying to do. We are trying to compute 7 at power 5. And we start by writing the exponent in binary representation, right? So this is for 7. So this is further expanded by transferring the binary representation into its decimal representation, and we start from the right. So it's 1 plus 0 2's plus a 2 square, right? 1 2 square. Notice that this one came here. The 0, it's going with 2, and 1 with 2 square. Next, we are going to break this exponent into components. So this is equal to 7 at power 1 times 7 at power 2 times 0, which we write it in two pieces: 7 at power 2, everything at power 0, times 7 at power 2 square, which we can write it as 2 times 2 also in this case. And it's everything at power 1. We are going to write it further as 7 power 1, then 7 square is 49. We don't yet work modulus some number for the beginning. We'll do that later. What we'll notice for now is that 7 at power 2, this number over here, can reduce our computation from the beginning, so from the previous term. So we are going to be able to write this as 49 at power 2, everything at power 1. And like that, we don't need to compute 7 at power 4. We can reuse our computation from 7 at power 2. In general, this trick can be formalized by saying that the result of each term is stored into a temporary variable. Let's call it h, and we have h0 for 7 at power 1, which will be then reused in the second term as h0 square, and h1 is going to be, which is 49, is reused in the subsequent term as h1 square. To get h2, which is true, we don't use it later, but we write it for uniformity in this case. So note that the exponentiations here, right, 1, 0, 1, they don't correspond to multiplications. They are used just to select whether the corresponding term comes into the multiplication or not. So they don't make the algorithm less efficient. We are going to work mode now from this moment on, mode 11, to see how it goes all the way to the end. So 7 at power 1 mod 11 is 7, so h0 is 7, 7 squared is 49, 49 mod 11 it's 5, 44 plus 1, and instead of 49 square here, we can notice that this is going to be now equal to 5 square, which is 25, which mod 3, it's mod 11 is going to be just 3. So times 3, and again at power 1. 5 was at power 0. So this is going to be just 7 times 3, which is 21, which is congruent to 10 mod 11. There's a second example in the slide that we are using for reference here. So this is for 3 power 129. Note that in binary this can be written as 3 at power 1 in 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. That's 128 plus 1, which we are going to still work mod 11, will be decomposed into, again with a right to left representation, 3 at power 1, and then 3 square makes 9, mod 11 remains unchanged, times 9 square, it's 81, which is 77 plus 4. These are all at power 0 because the corresponding bits are 0. And from right to left, times 4 square, it's 16, which mod 11, it's 11 plus 5. Then 5 squared is 25, which mod 11, it's 3, still at power 0. Then 3 square, it's 9, still at power 0. Then 9 squared is again 81, which again it's 77 plus 4. And at the end we have 4 square, which is again 16, which is again 5 this time at power 1 because we have again arrived at the first term over here. So this is equal further to 3 times 5. Yeah, this is congruent because you have mod 11, which is congruent to 15. Mod 11, this is equal to 4. Let's now generalize the procedure we have just seen. If you start with some a at power b, we are going to write it as a at power bn all the way to b1, b0, which what we did further is to rewrite this as a at power 1 times b0 plus 2 times b1, right, we go from right to left, plus finally 2 at power n times bn. This process was further transformed where a at power 1 it's stored as our h0 equals a at power 1, everything at power b0 times the next event a at power 2 is computed by taking h0 square into h1, and this is at power b1, plus times and so on up to hn, which is going to be hn minus 1 at exponent bn. The total number of multiplications needed here is the number of squarings that happen. So at each stage we need a square, which is a multiplication. The last one was also a square here. And the exponentiations at power b0, bn are not multiplications. They are exponents are 0 or 1, so it corresponds to just a selection of terms. The only remaining multiplications are the ones between the terms. So the total number of multiplications that we get over here is n for n terms squaring plus as many multiplications as bits are different from 1 in the exponent. Also, I'll just remark that the last variable hn is never used, was written here just for representation, so we only need to go to hn minus 1. So the total number of computation as such is given by the number of bits of b, that's the number of multiplications between n and 2n, 2n, how do I think? The number of, for an exponent b, it's log of b. Notice here that, right, we have used n for the number of bits, and previously it was used for the number for the modulus. It's not representing the same notation, so here instead of n we could have used k. have a different term than the modulus in which we are working. Okay, so this is actual formula we have been using. Let's then go to